Okay, so North Jersey Health and Muscle. What's really interesting to me on Instagram, two things. One, the amount of fear that's propagated, fear, conspiracy theories, contrarian ideas, just to make the influencer sound unique and sell the theory that they're selling. Okay, so if you are really scared of seed oils or fruit or plant defense chemicals, you're more apt to listen. And the theories that they give is that these are the cause of your problems. But I want to ask you to think about could it be that cause of your problems? These people talk about having brain fog from eating carbohydrates. You've probably been eating carbohydrates all your life, and now you think you have brain fog, maybe because you have much, much more in your mind than you did when you were younger, or didn't have kids, or didn't have as stressful of a job. So now you think, or they convince you, that going to a all meat diet or something like that is going to somehow make you more effective, and that is the way the body functions properly. Now, it can't necessarily be the way your body functions properly if your body is adapted or meant to work on ketones and ketosis, but also your body's meant to work on glucose. So even if you just ate protein and fat, it would turn those into carbohydrate, into glucose, okay? Another thing I see is that there's a big, and what's annoying about it is that it makes me feel like we're discounting so many years of science and evolution and technology and health inventions, because we're living longer than ever before. We don't necessarily have more disease than before. I mean, heart disease is on the downswing. I'm not sure about cancer, but diseases like this, like I always told my clients when I was a dietitian in the hospital, almost everybody, just like every car is eventually going to stop running, everybody's arteries will probably clog if you live to 100 or 150, even if you only eat a little bit of cholesterol. If you eat a lot of cholesterol, or in this case, now the term is more saturated fat, if you eat a lot of saturated fat, it'll happen earlier. My grandfather passed away at 50 of a massive heart attack. He was known for smoking 4 packs of cigarettes and eating 4 sticks of butter a day. That's a lot. It's not good. By the same token, when they say, oh, well, people with low cholesterol are having heart attacks, so it can't be cholesterol. Well, getting your lab work done at 70 and your cholesterol being low, maybe you're on a statin drug, and maybe you're on a diet, but you ate butter and smoked cigarettes and ate fried food and all sorts of high-fat meats from the age of, from being born till about 60 or 69, and now you've cleaned it up, your lab value today is going to be fine, and you're going to have low cholesterol, and it looks like you're at low risk. But however, your arteries are clogged. Okay, they're just not clogging at the time. So the other thing I see is that influencers are promoting this primal lifestyle. Just read a post where the person, the influencer, was talking about not using, say, bioidentical hormones, which would fix a hormonal deficiency. Whatever the hormone may be. Now, within the comments, a gentleman asked, well, what about low testosterone? My testosterone is around 100. Wouldn't TRT, bioidentical testosterone, fix that? And she went on with this long answer of, you have to get to your primal self, and you have to change your environment, or find out if the environment or your body's broken and our ancestors didn't have low testosterone. Well, maybe they didn't because they didn't live long enough to have low testosterone. Or, yes, maybe they were in an environment where they didn't gain weight, they didn't have chemicals, they didn't have processed foods, they didn't need to exercise. I'm guessing they probably never lived long enough to get low testosterone. So by giving this person this hope of you got to fix your primal self, I'm sure it's because they are selling some course to become more primal. Okay? That's what they're doing, and that's what they're selling. By the same token, the same person had a post earlier in the week saying that don't take melatonin for sleep problems. Well, melatonin is a pretty benign, easy to take supplement that will help you get deeper sleep. Sometimes it might make you, when I took it when I was younger, it might make me sleep a little too much. But it is a recommended supplement. I know people with master's degrees who recommend it. I don't necessarily recommend it to people or use it very often, but sometimes I do to get a deeper sleep, and sometimes I use a zinc and magnesium supplement to get a deeper sleep, and I think it works pretty well. This person's answer was to make your body make more melatonin. Again, it's just like the primal thing. It's a long, drawn out process that they can take you through and charge you for. Okay? The way I work with people, or have always worked with people, is to enable them, to teach them in 4, 5, 6, however many sessions or weeks, how they can eat on their own. Because being a nutritionist is very different than a trainer. You can easily pay a trainer to work out with you every single workout of a year, and you can budget for that if you like, and you can find a trainer that you only need to see 2 or 3 days a week, and he can give you activities to do on your own, and he can be there to make sure you do them, and then change your workout when it's needed, gauge your strength, keep you safe. For me, as a dietitian, as a nutritionist, I can't be with one person for all their meals, monitoring everything that goes in their mouth ever. Okay? I'm not a chef too. If I was a chef too and I found a client that wanted me to cook their food and weigh it and tell them what to eat and keep them on track, that might be a way to make a living. But it certainly wouldn't be a good part-time job. It would be more like a full-time job. And that's actually obviously something that's very out of reach for most people. So I tend to teach people, and some people catch on very well. I've seen some doctors and nurses, many pharmacists, many dentists catch on. By and large, almost all accountants catch on. So that just shows you that assigning calories to foods and, exchanging different foods that are the same amount of calories and balancing calories, macronutrients, whatever it is, whatever type of tactic I'm using, counting carbohydrates, it's 6th grade math, and it's comes like that to someone who's got an accounting mind, or a pharmacist, or someone a lot of time that has a health background, but a lot of times just it could be anybody. It could be a tradesman or electrician, but accountants definitely for sure get it. So that just goes to show you can learn if you're willing to learn. By the same token, I've seen relatives of mine, like my uncle and my father, who never understood how to manage their diabetes with diet. But that's stubbornness. But again, you have to be open to it and willing to change. I've written out meticulous diets for people, and then saw them a week or two later, and all they could do was maybe one meal a couple days a week. I've had some people that can't even drink their water. So it's all about commitment, okay? And changing things so that it can become part of your lifestyle. It's not about eliminating things. Eliminating ice cream for the rest of my life because I'm on keto. Just eliminating that one thing is too much elimination for me. It's not necessary, let alone going keto or carnivore and eliminating a whole bunch of food groups, all your vegetables, possibly fruits, all your grains, and just eating nothing but, animal products, or eating nothing but meat and vegetables. What are you going to do? Same thing with fasting. What are you going to do when everybody's eating? What are you going to do when your company has, a breakfast meeting or a lunch meeting? And I'm sorry, I don't eat anything till 3 in the afternoon. And then you have from 3 in the afternoon to 8 o'clock at night to eat all you want. What are you going to do when you have to take your kids to soccer? You're going to cook a ribeye steak and bring it and eat it in the stands? You're setting yourself up for problems, a bad relationship with food, and deficiencies. So think about that. Think about the fear. Think about these solutions that are not solutions. They're just problems that can never be solved. And that's it. So ask questions, post comments. Till next time. North Jersey Muscle, North Jersey Health and Muscle, because health comes first.